Joined with Luke right here right now. What's going on, Luke?
Hey, how's it going?
I'm doing real good. Thank you for joining us this evening. We truly appreciate it.
Oh, thanks for having me.
So over the last 20 plus minutes or so prior to me being on the air, I play some music. I play music from another band I'm interviewing later on this evening, and
Okay.
and I also play the name of that band is Masters Beware, and I play Reason to Rebel music, a legacy, the streets,
Cool.
and open up. I've been listening to the songs like several times before I start playing this song on the air, and I'm digging the tunes, man.
Thank you. I
I'm
appreciate that.
I'm digging it. Um, so let's go ahead and begin. How did Reason to Rebel came about?
It's been about 9 years ago. I started the project kind of as like a solo project, which at the time I thought I was just going to just record an album and that maybe nobody would ever hear it. And I recruited some of the best musicians in our area of San Diego County over here in Southern California, and I kind of didn't know what I was getting into, and but in a good way, because the guys that I brought into this supposed little side project ended up taking the reins and running with it, and 9 years, 5 albums later, we're still making music. So that's it definitely went beyond my expectations for sure.
That's great to hear, man, considering that when it comes to music bands, music groups in particular, it's obviously not everybody's going to have the same vision at times. People may bump heads from time to time and may not agree
Yeah,
on
sure.
certain things at times, but for you guys in particular to be together for so long and still have the same group intact. I mean, that not only that shows longevity, that shows trust in each other, and that shows that regardless of what y'all may feel differently at times, y'all have the same passion for music, and that's just what it boils down to.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I mean, we definitely don't always agree. It's pretty hard to find people that agree on everything. And during our songwriting process, it's definitely like going to war every time. We try to write an album, but yeah, there's definitely a certain level of respect and trust that we have. From being the same four guys that started the band over 9 years ago. We've become really close friends, and so it definitely it makes it enjoyable and fun, but it's still work, and we treat it as such, and we feel like it's our job to write the best music we possibly can, and at the same time to try to fill that music with a message that's that has to do with what's going on in the world today, and it's timely. And that's been part of our mission since the start, and continues to be so, to this day and forward.
Now, here's what I want to know because obviously there's stories behind the name of groups' names and bands' names and things like that. And Reason to Rebel sounds like a very intriguing and meaningful name considering that you're all rock stars. And I mean, y'all, I guess all of y'all are rebels with a cause. That being said, exactly who came up with the name Reasons to Rebel?
Yeah, I mean that was me. Originally, like when I was saying, it would kind of start off to being like the just a one album project that I wrote back in 2004. Um, the name of the album was going to be Reason to Rebel, and originally what ended up being the name of the first album, The Politrick, was going to be the band, and somebody convinced me that it would be it would be a better idea to switch that at the time, it really didn't matter. So I was like, sure, I don't care, and and I'm glad I did. I definitely feel like Reason to Rebel is kind of name that rolls off the tongue, and it also incorporates, a lot of what we're about, and there's a lot of different ways to look at it, for me, the name Reason to Rebel, part of what it implies is that, we are rebelling and we are trying to start a rebellion against, the powers that be in terms of, the corporate, basically corporate powers that be who really have no, who don't care about anything except the bottom line. And that's, that goes against us as humans and human nature, which is to, to look out for ourselves and this earth and the inhabitants of this earth, whether it's human or nature or animal. And so, Reason to Rebel, itself to me, for me, the best way that we can rebel is by using reason, by using our brain, which is, definitely the smartest part of our human body. And in order to, to successfully and hopefully change this world for the better, it's going to require reason. It's going to require, intelligence and brains and working together.
Man, you sound like a modern day Malcolm X right now, man. That's awesome.
Power to the people.
Yes, absolutely. I like the music, as I've already pointed out, and what I want to know, what do you consider what inspiration? Like, what are the topics of music do you guys like to focus on like the most? Because y'all, some bands will focus on love, some bands are working on just rocking out to the cows come home, whatever the case may be. But what are some topics that when y'all in the studio together, and what do y'all want to focus the most on when it comes to y'all music?
It just kind of depends. I try to, when coming up with topics to write songs about, I try to touch on a variety of different things going on in the world, and some of that does, definitely gravitate towards, the people who let greed, inform their decision making process and how it affects the rest of us. And that, that goes from everything from, the economy and how people are hurting because of people who were greedy that took advantage of the system. That also has to do with, the way that we treat this earth in terms of what we can do to, hopefully right the ship as best as possible for future generations, so that, everyone living on a coastline, right now or 50 years or 100 years from now can still live on that coastline because it's not underwater because of, the polar ice caps melting due to, climate change. And so, our music definitely runs the gamut, which we try to write stuff that's going, it's going to appeal to people of different generations, and because, when it's all said and done, we definitely would like to leave this earth in a better place than where we got it. And it doesn't really feel like that's the way it's going. So, as artists, as musicians, we kind of feel responsible to be the ones who kind of, slip those kind of messages into modern music, pop music, rock music, because it's the kind of stuff that, music, on the one hand is for people to enjoy and relax to, but it also, is something that should open your mind and cause you to think and to express yourself, too. And being musicians who draw a lot of inspiration from people before us and people still making music, we want to kind of carry that torch of writing music, for this generation and hopefully for generations to follow.
Well, I will say this: y'all are indeed carrying the torch for the current generation of rock music, and just to hear
Thank
how
you.
you articulate yourself and how intelligent you have sounded, man. I feel like it, sky's the limit for you guys. Y'all been together for so long, and y'all keep up the good work, and hopefully y'all
Thanks so
get
much.
more opportunities that follow. Um, so another thing I wanted to get into is the three songs I played earlier are Legacy, The Streets, and Open Up. Is off your one of your EPs. Talk about
Yeah.
yeah, talk about
Okay.
working
Oh.
on talk about working on that project. What was it like? What was the whole experience like working on those songs off the EP?
It was definitely it was a learning experience for us. Over the course of our career and our catalog of music, we've definitely adapted our style and changed it and tried to try. We attempted to try new things on a variety of different levels. There was a point where we were trying to write really technical, progressive, epic songs and to fit as much as we could into every song. And then, when it came to writing this album, it was a matter of stripping everything down. And the challenge was taking our style and what we've been doing over the years and what sounds like us, but to kind of put it into more easily digestible, almost like pop format, in terms of our songwriting. And so it was fun, and I honestly feel like we haven't even stopped. I mean, that album got released. It's kind of unexpectedly that we released it. We weren't even really planning to release it, and then we just said, hey, these songs are done. People are digging them. Let's just put it out there. And we've been getting great response. And in the time since, I mean, we've done some touring, but we've also been in the studio writing more stuff. And that's kind of what we're doing for the next few months is writing a follow-up to that album. So, and definitely the stuff we're writing right now is more towards that, in that vein of, it's still heavy rock and music, moody, but at the same time, hopefully with kind of the kind of appeal that people that may not necessarily if our style of music may not be what they listen to on a regular basis, but they can appreciate what we're doing, and it can kind of reach people that are into all kinds of genres because as artists, what we listen to ourselves and what influences us kind of runs the spectrum as well. We're not all into the same type of music, and each person isn't into just one type of music. So for us, it's a matter of taking these influences and these styles from rock, jazz, hip hop, metal, indie, electronic, and kind of taking, in our opinion, some of the best of these styles and giving it our certain twist. And that's kind of what we're continuing to do right now, and I think that's what our next record is probably going to sound like too. Not exactly like the last one for sure, but kind of in that vein.
Well, after the three songs that I'm fortunate to play, I'm already looking forward to the next EP, man. I'm already looking forward
Oh,
to
thank you.
more reasons to rebel, um and that being said, do you guys have any like upcoming shows, performances that you would like to promote, Luke?
Well, we're doing a show tonight in Carlsbad, California, which is right in our home area, and we've got some more shows in Southern California coming up this summer as well. Whether we'll actually make it outside of this area for the next few months probably won't happen, but I would definitely look for us to be hitting the road again come fall or winter time, possibly with a new album. But yeah, I mean, for now we're kind of we just actually finished a couple short tours up the West Coast and through the South, up to Texas for South by Southwest. And I'm having a kid here in a few months, so that's part of why we're in the studio writing right now. And then later on, we'll definitely be hitting the road again. So if you're in Southern California, come see us. And if not, just keep an eye out. We'll be back. We've done a lot of touring over the years, and we love traveling and visiting other people in other places and playing music for people. So we're definitely not stopping anytime soon.
Hey, that's great to hear, man. I'm definitely looking forward to what else you guys have in store in the long term. And my last question is for those that want to know more of the band, why don't you go ahead and promote the social media links and the websites people should check out?
Yeah, just you can go to reasontorebel.com, and that's spelled reason with the letters T-O, rebel. You can find us on all social networking from Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. We also have the phone app, so that's the best way to stay updated with what we have going on. We have a free phone app that you can get at the App Store, the Play Store for all iPhones, Apple, Android. Just search Reason to Rebel, and that's free. It's got a lot of cool features on it. And it's got music of ours on there as well. You can check out and listen to, and you can always stay up to date with all the tour dates through that app. So download it.
That is awesome, man. The fact that this band has their very own app. Not even some of the biggest name music bands in the world can say that. All you bands need to step your game up. This group has their own app, okay? Step your game up. And Luke,
we got to, man. 2014, man. We have to.
Oh, absolutely, so, man. Well, Luke, I want to thank you for being here on the show this evening.
Thank you.
Continued success. Tell the rest of the band I said hello. And again, thank you for your time, man.
Yeah, thank you for having me. And you guys have a wonderful evening, man. Take it easy.
All right, bye-bye.